Well, take a seat, young bloods, and I'm going to tell you the story of how Seth got his groove back. So, Seth, he was a very special boy, and he grew up with many problems trying to overachieve with his appearance, spiking up his hair, wearing fancy clothes, finding a purpose in bands and music. He had no idea what they were about at that point. He just knew he liked that different stuff. He grew up. He grew up okay. He could have had a couple Jiffy Iffies in his day, but he didn't, and he ended up seeing a lot of things in his day, and a lot of people tried to come after him and fight him, but he ended up rising to the top only to lose it all. He got catfished. He got beat up. He once let his friend punch him in the face 9 times in a row. And he also got caught stealing a lot of stuff a few times and went to jail. And he went to the loony bin a few times, completely lost his mind, attempted suicide, survived suicide, come to a new life where he was living on welfare and disability. And through that, he realized he didn't need the medication anymore, and he stopped taking it. And he started to get better through meditation and stabilization, determined to take his life back. He started exercising. He actually lost a huge percentage of his natural muscle mass through sitting around playing video games all day, and then he ended up doing a lot of incredible, amazing things, publishing books, making animations, acting, quit drinking, smoking pot, and everything. But there's nothing wrong with pot or drinking. And if he had a heroin addiction, it might be a better story because it's always good to see someone achieve something off a heroin addiction. That's the worst. That's one of the worst. Oh my God, please don't say anything bad about bad men. Don't say anything bad about bad men. That's all he does. He doesn't want to say anything bad about bad men. But anyway, so he found out the world was a huge place and there's thousands of people doing thousands of different things, and he has a lot of competition. And he ultimately did fail. He failed at everything. But he loved what he did so much he kept going. And he decided that he would wake up every day feeling the best he could and have the best confidence and focus he could have to achieve his dreams. But really, he didn't really have an ego. He just loved himself and people, but there were a lot of bad men in the world. There were a lot of bad men in the world, and they did a lot of bad things. So he had to keep his differences and distances, and people would steal a lot from him. Which is funny because he used to steal a lot from other people, and he got caught stealing, so he knows what it's like to steal. But it turned out he was actually a genius. He was a sorcerer. He is a comedic artist. He was many different things, and he could do anything he put his mind to that was in the realm of possibilities for a human being. So, besides all that, Seth got his groove back, and he actually ended up succeeding a lot. Nothing ever got in his way. No cigarette addiction, or any addictions, or anything, any love, or anything. He controls his emotions, and what he puts into his body, and what comes out of his mouth. But he also could never ditch that rebellious spirit, which made him such a funny force in comedy. comedy. And this is why he became one of your favorite, well-known generational comedians. The thing he was most talented in, because he went through so much. He had a special gift of making his day brighter while making everybody else's day brighter as well. And that's how Seth got his groove back. I only hope if you don't have your groove back, you can get your groove back. Or maybe you can get your first groove and get in the groove and the flow and get somewhere believing in yourself. I believe in you. Just look at Seth. If he can do it, anybody can. He literally comes from the worst circumstances. Some of the worst circumstances. So y'all have a good night. And just remember, Seth got your back. And he's got his groove back. But there are some bad men out there. There are some bad men out there. Thank you. Thank you. And stay in the groove and stay true.